Hey, this is Jeff Zimmerman with Fortin Home. We're over here at the Melrose, or the Hotel Melrose, to do a walkthrough with Greg Jenno, the construction manager. So we have the sign finished, the neon.
The last piece that we have is put in 1908. Big sign on top.
Could be a decorative parapet. So
Lights on.
Be an awning right here in the front. Needs to be installed still.
The decorative pieces on the exterior lights. We had them all exposed. So then they have those decorative pieces right there where you can hide all that nastiness. So it turned out pretty good. I'm gonna do some modifications on this one. Cut some border out. So make sure it's flat. But turned out great. Looks awesome at night. And it's all lit up.
And coming over here on this side, you can see where the fence is. On the side here is the property line. Here's our ADA ramp. All the steel's finished, just needs to be painted. These are the trellises. We'll have roses planted here at the bottom. They'll grow up the trellis over to the side. So here's our stairs in the back. Decorative cables for railing. It's all painted. Fence carries through in the back where the fire pits and everything will be here. They're trenching right now for low voltage path lighting. And then these poles will have market lights, and they'll have a couple more throughout, so string lights in the seating area. Yeah, so we'll have one fire pit here, and one over there under that cone is the other gas hookup. So we've passed our electrical for inspections for the rooms. And you can see we've got the doors, still need 2 pieces of glass in there. Maybe another door finished up on top, that landing. So they're working on irrigation now. The landscaping. This door still needs glass, which is back ordered. And then here's our gate and ADA parking. Back section here. This will be parking lot this direction, parking lot this direction. So we actually have scheduled the CO for the end of this week. It's Wednesday, the 11th. And we'll be ready to operate the inside and get all this landscaping finished up this week and next. Then there'll be another awning on this side, and then there'll be a sign for the bar. So this is the bar entry. See, everything's installed, ready to go. And this decorative paneling. Greg, you want to give a little detail on that?
Actually, Joel can. I can't remember what the name of the. Hey Joel, what's the name of this? Brazilian walnut or DK? D just IPE. Is how it's spelled. And then these were walnut, right?
That is obtainable like that. So, but they'll all the same when we're done.
Yeah. And then we're going to be lacquering it. So
Lacquer
it'll
it.
all look like
So we'll match that.
Yeah. So we'll match that and match the flooring.
There's a lot of detail that's gone into this bar. So there's the banquettes over here that Joel also installed, and the decorative trim throughout. So here, the ground molding. You see the lights are installed. Here's the HVAC system, and then we have speakers in the ceiling.
So you can see that's what the lacquer will do. See what it's going to look like.
And this is Joel with Grand Junction Hardwoods. Turns out he's an amazing carpenter, well-rounded carpenter.
We call that a master. He's a master carpenter. Just don't call me a handyman.
So that worked really nice. And he also worked on this handrail, banister, and steps throughout, which turned out really nice. So this is the original post, an old post. And then put the new handrail in and raised it up to code.
Yeah, and then the decorative pieces on the top of those posts. The posts are new, but then the decorative piece around it and the cap are also original. I think that's the only original piece.
And then this is maple, right?
Yep.
Maple treads to match the floor.
I mean, the way he put these together, like there's a radius here, instead of having to just cut for a 90 degree, it's actually has a curve to it. So I just like the amount of detail we put into these treads is pretty awesome.
Very skilled. So we had all these walls painted, and because it's a level 5 finish, the drywallers come back through and touch up the small blemishes so it can be completely flat throughout the corridors. So you can see the sconces are in, and here's the rest of the railing, which turned out great. So like Greg was saying, we kept the caps to keep the historic character, but installed new posts. And then we put them back in the original spot. So here's rooms, there's room numbers. Security in, fire alarms, there's the skylights that still need to be trimmed out, but they're in. So if we come into it's one of the rooms that doesn't have furniture in it yet. There's a construction clean, so we still need to clean the rooms thoroughly, but we can get a good idea of what the rooms are gonna look like. It's quite a bit of light. So you can see all the lights that were installed and recommended because of the color of the paint. But even with the lights off, with the windows, it's still pretty bright in here.
That's just the natural light. There's just bathrooms. It's really nice to have a window in all the bathrooms.
And then they also have an adjustable dimmer on it, so that because it's a hotel room, being able to turn that light down if need to. There's kitchens, so every room has a kitchenette. So if there needs to be an extended stay, so we can stay here, microwave, fridge, sink, and then a room for wine glasses, things like that. So here's how the finishes in the rooms, bathrooms. Turned out really nice. So all the rooms have white ceilings, but in the corridors are the same color as the walls. And we have frosted glass in the bathrooms for privacy. Towels, toilet paper, and then the small details, things like this where towel hook, rope hook, but it brings it in for the design with the Melrose. And small details, things like this on door stops. Yeah, so then we have
4-inch trim,
decorative trim.
which we end up using actual milled lumber, so it's 7/8 of an inch thick, just to put a little more detail rather than getting the stuff from Home Depot, which is like 11/16, which is just under 3/4 of an inch. So gives it a more full look, I think.
Then Greg, for quality control and quality assurance, he comes through. It's blue tape inspection, so small things like this that need to be repaired has a note on it, so the contractor comes through and knows what to fix. There's the exit map. And then here's also for project management, it's a check off, so coming through. Each room has a checkoff that needs to be completed for CO and also for move-in. And under cabinet lighting. Brings a nice touch to the room. So there's the details for the rooms. These bed frames, beds will be delivered, or mattresses will be delivered this week. This unit's facing the street.
And these HVAC units are really nice too.
Yeah, so climate controlled, has heating and cooling in the rooms.
Freezing. Yes, they're gonna be very comfortable.
So full closet, which is nice touch for a hotel.
Switch.
Yep. So these switches here, turn the light on and off when the door closes.
It's like the light is never off. Okay.
This is room 203.
One of the king beds. And you're doing touch-up paint. These room set furniture. Really cool room. There's a lot of touch up when you use these dark colors. So everything's trimmed out here, finished with this exterior door. Need to finish the roof over this vestibule to get it sealed up. And these floors are all finished and everything here. We just have this cardboard down to protection.
It's about 18-inch hellboy that's over the back building.
This is one of the premium rooms that has an area over here for the bed. It's isolated from the kitchen area. And we use a Salto lock system on these, so you can use your phone as Bluetooth, or there's also these keys. Tabs to open up the door to lock them, exterior and interior doors.
Okay. 205. Good, how are you?
Good, and you?
Good.
So this is, you're scanning a room. This right here has a battery pack in there to lock the door automatically. So it's fully automated.
We'll go downstairs.
Here's the entry door. Yeah. Took us a while to get these in. So here's the details in the bar common area. So the seating for the bar. See all the detailed trim. Get into the electrical boxes. The covers are painted, so every little detail. This is a closer look to the floor. It's not clean here, but. And here's Gavin.
Howdy.
There's janitor's closet. Here's the bathroom that everyone's excited about for the bar because of the wallpaper. You have bikers riding horses, punk rock, party.
It's gonna be really nice. What's it? Almost like silver, it's so gold.
So this is ADA. And this is bar storage.
Closers on everything else.
Little sink in there. So we're on the east corridor now. There's a skylight. This is room 101. It's the ADA room, and then here's the hallway. Everything's wrapped up on this side. Furniture's moving in. And this is a ADA closet rod that Joel's installing. So we built these for storage, and then it also allows us to be pulled down to access the hangers. And then you can see this room's pretty large. There's a lot of windows. It's a corner unit. Everything's adjusted a little bit in this room because it's ADA, so there's a lot of bars. Seat for the tub.
This is a little detail that we had to do here. So this has to be a certain distance from there. I can't remember exactly how far it has to be, but it ended up landing like right on the trim here. So if you see this detail, it had a, the apron went all the way through, so we just cut that out, sanded that down, and then we just filled it to where we could have space. So the distance is 1.5 inches. You have to have 1.5 inches distance away from the bar, just for your hand to slide through. So we had to cut it out. And then we made this nice little hexagon, or maybe it's more than a hexagon, but this little detail there.
Turned out really nice.
Yeah. Here looks awesome. Just go in here. Move that ladder out of the way. That's all good.
Turned out really nice. So we'll come down the corridor here. This is the king room. A lot of wall art, dressers. Were these some of them that were repurposed, Greg?
Yes. Yeah. Oh man, I've never. These are the old ones when we first started.
So if you go back to the first video with all the furniture in the building, a lot of this was already in here. We repurposed it, reused.
Wow.
King room, still a little dirty, but.
It was like 1.5 years ago. We were taking all this furniture out here.
So these units do not have HVAC systems with thermostats in the wall. So those are cassettes in the ceiling instead of the wall mounted units like you'll see in some of them. That's where the TV goes. Big See all the detail that went into it. Wainscoting. There's no decorative trim on the walls on this side, but still looks great. So these are the smaller units, but they're still pretty large for a hotel room. You can see here is a connection from the old building built in early 1900s to the newer side is built in the 1950s. This is the exterior brick wall at one point, so we had to put the lintels in. I'm sure you guys remember from the first videos. And so this is the older building on this side where the bathroom is, and now we're into the newer building built in the 1950s. Fire suppression throughout the building. Fire alarm is all requirements. And this is HVAC unit instead of the cassette in the ceiling. And the main reason is because of the room in the ceiling. The king room.
Show the door stops.
So these are decorative door stops. It allows it to open so far so it doesn't hit the wall.
It's really kind of nice because it's up out of the way rather than having to have a floor stop or a wall stop. I think they're pretty dang handy.
For sure. All right. I'm moving in. So this is that exterior door we were pointing out outside. We're still waiting on glass to come in, which is supposed to be tomorrow, I believe.
Today.
Today. So we have this large mirror. It's going to be leaning up to cover the electrical panels.
We have the door closers, which I guess I never really knew. I thought it was just to close the door, but another reason is for fire code. So these can never be locked or anything, so if there is ever a fire, it always shuts the door behind you.
And then also show them the seal that we had to install for fire too.
The gasket. Which, yeah, there's just rubber gaskets that go all the way around here, so it seals off. The one that put a sweep underneath the door.
So there's
Primarily for sound, but
so there's never air transfer from one unit to the next to feed oxygen to the fire.
last room on the end. The one that is least haunted. Even though at night it is the scariest because it's so far away from everything. Corridor.
We're coming back through these corridor. Division 107. West side, main level. This is where the paint is. New touch-ups throughout the building. And from past videos, this is the area where we did structural repairs. This section here.
What are the cracks?
Those helical piers.
it's office people that don't understand that concept. No, they don't. I'm working on a bank of doors. I got one door propped open where I'm working. There's always somebody.
There's a cassette.
In the opening. I sat upright. She about fell over. I was like,
I don't think the sound's too bad here. No, it'll definitely help when you get those sweeps under the door. Yeah, with all the insulation we put in here, I think, I don't know, it's holding, yeah, you feel it's holding a lot of that.
So, remind me, we have insulation on all walls.
Yeah, all walls, all floors, ceilings. This is actually a drop ceiling, so it drops down 12 inches. And then it has insulation in all of the floor joists. And then it has a fire layer ceiling, so, and that's also for sound. Which I guess, yeah, you can't really hear anybody from up above. I didn't even notice that until now, but just the door.
And also the resilient channel helps us sound through that.
I don't know. When I have to holler for somebody, I can have to scream pretty loud. I can't hear in the room, so.
This is the vestibule.
It's gonna look like the ADA restroom.
Oh yeah, so it's gonna have the same wallpaper. That's it.
Okay.